later then. Actually, I'll just grab a quick screenshot of it.
Okay. All right, and we should be live. Yep. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a very late night uh, episode of the Fan Battlecast. I am your host. I am the table, and with me we have.
Well,
I'm somebody.
sorry, I didn't realize we had to for this. I'm Albane. So a couple of you may know me as the guy who pitched Buggy versus Koga. Today I'm here repping my boy, the glorious king, Ainz.
Hello, I am Polaris. I am here as jury member to see who wins. I have absolutely no idea who either of these characters are, but this should be cool.
The unbiased member.
True.
Yep.
You go, Rad.
I am Rand. Again, I am worming my way into every single one of these casts at this point. I try to stream on Twitch whenever I can, and I am the mold within the walls of this entire operation.
Well, technically it's me because I was the one who pitched the matchup. Speaking of which, hello, you may recognize me as Monkey Ball. You may know me from Twitter or DeviantArt or Discord. And I'm the one who pitched Ainz versus Ark. That's it. That's all I have to say.
All right. Yeah. You got anything? I guess just give a quick rundown of general gist of the fight, connections, yada yada.
Okay, so Alban, you want to start with the connections?
Sure, yeah. Well, as far as I'm aware, both these guys are obviously isekai characters. Human nerds living everyday lives in Japan. Well, sort of. Until, for one reason or another, they get isekai'd into their avatars in the game, into a different and new reality, occupying these bony new bodies with various special powers. And they're off in a new adventure in this brand new world.
Mm-hmm. Both are also big nerds playing characters. One's hamming it up as the villain, and one's hamming it up as the hero.
Mm-hmm. And it's also pretty thematic from a standpoint because, like, Ainz is kind of like slowly but surely losing his humanity, while Ark is somewhat trying to keep it.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is why I really like the matchup. That's like the other reason why I really like it.
Do you want to talk about, since you are the pitcher, would you like to talk about this matchup and why you really like it while I go get water for this cast because I forgot to grab water?
Yes, sure. I can stall. So basically, these two could just do a lot of shit. Like, Ark can just use light magic. He has like a giant sword, or which can use Wyvern Slash, which does like a far area of effect, cutting down multiple trees at once. While Ainz uses dark magic, and so all sorts of other abilities, and also uses these things called like shopped items. I can't remember what they're called, and use them as like equipment from his past allies.
Yep. We're going to get into all of Ainz's abilities and items because there are so many.
Jesus Christ. Oh, God.
Yeah, this is one of the ones I actually kind of know a little bit about one of the guys because I used to actually kind of debate another Ainz matchup with a friend of mine, Ainz versus King Hassan from Fate. And yeah, basically whenever he was talking about Ainz, it was just, okay, here's like a giant wall of text about one of his abilities.
God bless Maruyama, the author for Overlord. That man started writing Overlord because his D&D group kind of stopped getting together. So that man is a descriptive mastermind.
Oh my God. Wait, is that true?
That is absolutely true. He used to be a big D&D guy, which is why a lot of spells in Overlord are based off of spells in D&D.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That actually makes some sense.
But yeah, no, he's his world building and like descriptions of spells and effects and characters. it's peak. It's part of the reason I love this thing. I love
have
this series.
I have returned.
He has returned it.
Durand has returned.
Also, there's like this one meme I saw for Ainz versus Arc where it's just every masterpiece has its cheap copy.
Go ahead. Let's not put down the boy. Arc is also really cool.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Ark is Ark and Ainz, they have their skeletal bodies are a lot different, but but also have similarities.
Yeah. For one, they can't eat.
Well, since Ark is undead, he doesn't have any need to eat, sleep, or drink, but he still does it anyway. Because unlike Ainz, Ark can taste.
And
Somehow.
also Arc has humanity in him, unlike Ainz.
Yeah, Ainz's skeletal body is much more like actual. Like if he bites into something, it just kind of falls out of his jaw. And because he's an undead, he literally has like an emotional suppressor. So over time, he's just slowly lost the ability to feel emotions.
Kind of like versus debaters. Hmm.
So
Yeah,
true. So true.
So true. Okay.
I had to. I had to make that.
Okay.
joke somewhere.
So you want to get into the 60 seconds, and then let's do the new thing where we talk about how each one of them fights,
Yeah.
like their fighting styles.
All right. Who would like to go first?
Well, Ark's name is first in the title, so let's go with him.
Okay.
And
This is going to be
60
short
now.
and simple. So, Ark, I'm not pronouncing that last name, was just awoke in this new world, in this new skeletal from his game avatar, in this new form. And we barely know anything about his life before he got isekai'd. All that we know was he played this game to the point where he reached the max level and maxed out every single stat. We also know that he was a freelance artist, and that's pretty much all we know about his life beforehand. He is a very nice and kind person who likes to stick his nose into trouble whenever possible, even by accident sometimes. He will always do what he want. He'll always do his best to save people, no matter who they are.
All right, and start the 60 seconds for for our next Skelly boy.
All right. So, today we see the adamantite adventurer, the overlord of the great tomb of Nazarick, leader of the 41 supreme beings, Papa Bone Daddy himself, the sorcerer king Ainz. Similar to Ark, he was originally human named Suzuki Satoru, living in the dystopian future of 2138, before being reincarnated into his body, along with NPCs and his old guild, into a strange new world. Now, Ainz is doing his best to try to live up to the expectations that his subordinates have for him, and their happiness, as he sees the NPCs as the children of his past guildmates, is his highest priority. And he is willing to commit any number of atrocities and any number of sacrifices to make sure they stay loyal and happy to him, no matter the cost, no matter the bloodshed.
That was good. That was really good.
Mhm. One thing that always had trouble with is the 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Honestly, just given like the time crunch you have, like for like one particular character, if it's like a really long one in particular, you're gonna have a hard time explaining.
Yep.
Okay, so do we want to get into how these two characters fight?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Ark is probably a little more straightforward than Ainz, so let's
Yeah.
start there.
Yeah.
Ark is kind of a bit. He is mainly a sword boy paladin with magical side stuff and being able to summon
Demons.
anything. Uh, we'll get in,
Especially, there's like this one trump card Arc has,
oh,
but we'll save that for later.
yeah.
He
Um,
can also resurrect people, heal people, has fire manipulation,
yeah,
has
he has all of your standard isekai, RPG, elemental spells.
and his armor is resistant to
Yes,
dark magic.
yes, I am going to get to that, monkey.
Mhm.
Yeah, his armor gives him his armor, his cloak, his shield, his sword. Gives him a bunch of different resistances and stuff that I will get into later because it's a big number of things. Yeah,
Nice, nice.
Ark's pretty much just your standard sword boy with a bunch of other things in between as well.
And he has actively fought people who are way faster than him and are more skilled.
Yes. No, the administrator. No, he does not.
Huh.
Well, Ainz, if not already explicitly obvious, just given his general everything, is the highest level of undead lich, also known as the Overlord. Surprise, surprise.
Haha.
Uh,
Roll credits.
roll credits. Yes. As in Overlord, Ainz is a magic caster. He specializes in pretty much every type of spell you can think of: elemental damage, necrotic damage, damages you wouldn't types of spells you wouldn't even think that a person of his class would have access to, like holy magic. He can summon any number of undead, both weak and super strong, demons, angels. Um, He's a master of instant death magic, taking the life force out of people with just a glance. And so many other spells and items, from time stops to reality warping and everything in between.
Before we continue, I'm gonna get my charger. My computer's almost dead.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah.
As for tactics, Ainz is a extremely cautious individual. Like before he was isekai'd, he wasn't necessarily he never considered himself to be like one of the best players in the game, but his record kind of goes against that. He is an extremely smart PvP player. His tactics in almost any unfamiliar situation are to first gather as much information as possible about your opponent, while at the same time downplaying himself so that they lower their guard. And then when it comes to round two, he exploits those weaknesses with his full arsenal and power.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Whew.
Yeah, Ark strategy. He's gotten more strategic throughout the series, but he started off as not being that very strategic because he's an isekai character.
Yeah, his intel is average, but he does rely more on his like stats to keep him standing. Like he usually takes the attacks head on.
Yeah. Also, monkey. Actually, I'll bring that up in a second. But yeah, Ox has gotten more strategic with how he fights. Throughout the series. I could like I'll bring this up a little bit, but he does fight other he does fight other player a few other player characters, mainly Thanatos, a pope, which apparently which he has beaten, and Thanatos is strict and Thanatos strictly plays like a what is it? It's like it's like uh it's like Fire Emblem. What game genre is Fire Emblem?
Yeah.
Tactical, yeah. Thanatos played tactical game, and which is how he's been using the world. And Ark was able to out tactic him.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then how does so I'm doing some stuff in the background here. We go over how Ainz generally goes about his stuff.
Yeah, so I kind of briefly went over this before, but whenever Ainz goes into a fight, it's essentially in three phases, is essentially how I'll summarize it. So the first phase is essentially info gathering. He's going to downplay himself and maybe even, spout out a few overplayed lines of him pretending to be weak, just so he can misdirect his opponent and lower their guard while learning as much as possible about his opponent's tactics, abilities, whatnot. And he will utilize hit and run tactics if necessary, whether that's using invisibility to like move in and out, or like just sort of teleporting away from battlefield once he feels he's got enough info. After that, he'll go into a preparatory phase in which he's like, okay, I've learned what I can. Now I equip myself with whatever gear I have on hand to exploit those weaknesses, cast buffs on myself, and then finally we get to phase three, where now he has a plan in mind to exploit those weaknesses and unleash his full arsenal. And we've seen this multiple times against multiple different opponents. Even though typically in Overlord, most of the people in the new world are significantly weaker, there are still individuals who can be a comparable threat to even level 100 and max level players like Ainz. And
Like
we see
shout
that,
here. Like
yes,
shout.
exactly. Shaltir is
Yes.
one prime example of that. Actually, if we want, we can start getting to just a little bit of scaling to Shaltir. So
Wait,
can
shout
we?
here?
Yes, I will explain who she is in a second. Can we pull up just the image for Shaltir scaling?
Sure. Let me just grab that. Here, Shelter scaling. Here we go.
So to summarize, like I said earlier, Ainz wasn't isekai'd alone. All of the NPCs that were a part of his guild were transported along with him. And of those NPCs, Shaltir is one of the strongest. In fact, Ainz himself states that if Shaltir were a more tactical fighter, she would beat him like 9 times out of 10. However, Ainz is still comparable enough and has the better equipment and tactical brains to beat her. Shaltir, for example, is able to solo armies on her own, simply just using her lance and armor. She's got multiple different spells that can honestly work to counteract Ainz. Shaltir, similar to Arc actually, is a Valkyrie, meaning she has a lot of paladin skills. She has a lot of like holy magic, and yet Ainz was able to perfectly counter her abilities using the proper equipment and spells. And we know, actually, we can get into a little bit more of physical stats here. Shaltir was able to react to a character named Brain Unglaus. Brain has a special skill called the Fourfold Slash of Light, which in the light novels is stated to be near light speed. And Shaltir caught that attack just between her fingers. And, we see that there's a big fight when Shaltir gets mind controlled by an enemy. And Ainz is able to beat Shaltir. So clearly he's operating on a similar level of speed.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we have any stuff for Arc?
So, we're going into strength and speed, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I haven't covered Ainz's strength yet, but yeah, we can go into that.
Okay, so Ox. I guess I could start with Ox strength. Ox is absurdly strong.
Yes.
like
Like physically.
like just raw physical strength. No buffs, no nothing.
He's just built like a tank.
He's built like a tank on steroids.
Except
Can you bring up image Dune, please?
me.
Let's see here.
Oh.
Like we've seen Ark
Here.
just like casually bend iron bars like they're tissue paper, but
Yeah.
this is a sandworm. You see why I labeled it Dune? That was mutated by these weird ring crystal things, and this Dune. Guess how big this worm was.
It's good word, it's huge.
It's 30 kilometers long.
Jesus Christ.
And Ark just picked it up with two hands and with a single
like
body slam.
suplex?
Like he picked it up, fully pulling
it
it
just
out of the
slammed
ground,
it.
and just bashed it onto the ground once, and it died.
That's not even his greatest strength because like he fights a dryad.
Give me a sec. I'm literally about to bring that up.
Okay.
Can you bring up image so long, Gay Bowser?
Oh my god.
Oh no.
You see why? This is why I think Ark just straight up wins, just like outstatting.
So, this is a Hydra that has been labeled numerous times as being able to destroy a country. In multiple translations, it's either country or nation. And Ark was able to just pick it up by its tail, swing it around like Mario did to Bowser in Super Mario 64, and throw it hundreds of meters into the air.
God damn.
So yes, Ark can with a 200-pound tree off the ground.
Yes. And I'm trying to see if I have any other strength feats. That gets into his magic strength.
Like his stats should be like
all of his stats are indeed maxed.
Yeah.
He even says it himself. Okay, but his just him using his fists as weapons. He can punch hard enough to create supersonic shockwaves.
Where's the image?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. Which one did you want?
Rad, which one was it?
Oh, no, this is just in general.
Okay.
Okay.
Like,
And,
we see just a few times where he actually uses his fist. Where he just punches so hard it creates shockwaves.
Like he does like a suplex attack, like with his wrist.
Yeah. And
we do have a question. That statement about destroying a nation, was that over time or instantly?
It's likely over time, but
it's likely over time, but it's not really fully stated because Ark just defeated it. And also, let me bring up another image real quick. Where is it? Can you please bring up image water cannon? So the Hydra is highly specialized in water magic, and Ark tanked this blast. And this was stated to be able to just destroy castles in just a single blast. And Ark has tanked multiple from all of these heads.
which should be around like town to city, to my knowledge, because like considering how big an average castle is in like the Skeletonite universe.
Yeah, like the castles in this specific universe are fucking massive.
Yes, they are.
They are about the size of entire cities themselves.
Yes.
Okay.
So the general vibe I'm getting right now is that how are you planning to win this? And Ainz is just like a wall of text, whereas Ark is just whack.
Yeah.
It's like Godzilla versus Hulk just hit really hard.
Oh yeah, no. I fully admit Ark is definitely the I'm going to hit you in the face, while Ainz is like pulling out 15 different textbooks of spells. And he's like, okay,
So
now let's
we're doing Hacksman versus
Statsman.
But before we get into hacks, let's see. I do want to
have
pull up a couple strength feats for Ainz just to throw them out there.
I
Not
do
because I
have
think they're nearly as good as Ark, but I think because they're funny.
I do have more strength and other stuff as
go for
well,
it, go
but
for
I'll
it.
get into those in a bit later.
Yeah.
We like another one of the other things is that we know that Ark can. So some of one of the main villains is a church, its cardinals, and the Pope. One of the cardinals can grow big and buff and strong. Well, two of them can actually. And Ark can just take hits from this guy who says even just a singular light tap would just superfy a regular person. And Ark is just over here taking like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure orders after one after another. And Ark can also scale to Goemon, who is a beast person obsessed with muscles.
Yeah.
And he fights a cardinal who is also obsessed with muscles. Also, all the cardinals, they suck. Except for this one, because he actually has a likable personality.
That is very true.
Yeah. Is the MMO they're trapped in like a Japanese MMO? Because that does track with the church being evil.
Uh,
But I guess
probably,
that's
yeah.
a lot of MMOs actually. A lot of fancy things.
Yeah. There's two main enemy factions. There's the Hailuku Church and what's the basic equivalent of fantasy 1940 Germany.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and both of those are working together in this.
All right. Then we want to switch things back to Ainz's strengths feats.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah,
And then,
yeah.
and then let's get into speed.
All right. So yeah, I think you mentioned speed. Yeah, like I said earlier, Ainz is around light speed. Maybe not exactly, just because, unfortunately, with Overlord mainly being a light novel, we don't. And the manga is like so far behind it might even be discontinued at this point. We don't really get as many cool like visual stuff, so a lot of it is going to be words, but we do still have some visual things. To start off with, can we get big hugs pulled
I
up
knew you
for
were
me,
going to start with
please?
that one.
Big hugs. But yeah,
So, obviously Ainz is a spellcaster. Physical stats and physical strength was never going to be a strong suit. In spite of
it's a
that,
gif.
he is still strong enough to like crush people in his bare hands. There's one instance where he's attacking a demi-human camp, and this one like goat person runs up and he just grabs their skull and crushes it. In this instance here on screen, this is a lady named Clementine. She runs up to Ainz. Ainz catches her in a bear hug, and he just crushes her in his hands until she literally like explodes in blood.
Was that the bite of 87?
More like the hug of 87.
Also, Albain, I should have told you. Gifts take a good long while
Yeah.
to
Yep.
load.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm aware. I don't have too many. Most of these are images.
Okay.
After that, can we also get Guts cosplay?
I
have
that.
my own I have my own funny cosplay image as well. Once you're done with that, let me.
So one thing that Ainz does is that he kind of does a double agent thing where sometimes he's playing up as the big bad evil skeleton overlord, and other times he's like, okay, if I put on this suit of armor and carry around two massive black swords, I can just pretend to be a hero and adventurer. And so the dark hero Momon is born.
Momon.
And even though he still hasn't changed his stats or anything, his physical strength is still high enough to like effortlessly cut through massive monsters with ease, such as like ogres and like basilisks. So not necessarily the size of dragons or that Hydra, but still the fact that he's doing it with a stat he's clearly not invested in is still very impressive. And a lot of other humans within sort of the kingdoms that Momon operates recognize that, oh wait, this guy's like stronger than like almost everyone we've ever seen before.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
one of the things we kind of agreed on is that they are both at their max level. But I did have a question. What is Ainz's max level?
So in Yggdrasil, which is the game that Ainz plays, the max level in that is just 100.
Okay. With Ox, you have to level up each specific class to get to the one you want, and Ark is at level 255.
Oh my god.
Nope. That being said, I think they're both in a place where like you can consider them like if, for example, you took Ainz's build and put it in Ark's game, and if you took Ark's game and put it in Ainz's game, or whatever,
it
then
could be they are comparable.
Equivalent level.
Yeah, they
Like,
could be.
there is the reason I bring that up is because there is some specifics in terms of one of Ark's equipments that kind of bring plays into level, kind of like how I know you told me that if you try to fight someone in Yggdrasil who's a higher level than you just die.
Sort of. I'll get more into some of that stuff in a little bit.
But
I
yeah,
think just I have one final strength thing for Ainz here. Can we pull up draconic deadlifts?
please tell me it's him just pumping iron.
And while I'm grabbing that, we do have a question from Creature Transylvania. Uh, I'm kind of assuming yes, but are we allowing Ark his summon?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I'm allowing Ainz' summons, so I think it's only fair.
Ark has
Okay.
so many summons, including ones that I don't have images for because they're only in the in the novel.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So this isn't described very well, and we don't really get to see it, but Ainz basically just casts one spell, insta-kills this massive frost dragon, and then it's described as Ainz just chucking its corpse through a portal that he makes.
Picks it it's just like dragging it by his horns, like
Oh,
Doomslayer drags Samuel
Yeah,
Adams,
it's like
tosses
nice,
it through a portal.
this is the
nice,
only time
nice
people
aura
get on this,
farming
but it's
move.
like, how did he do that? Did he like pick it up and throw it, or like what? And I just think the imagery
Nice,
of it is
nice,
so funny.
nice stats, bitch. Now check this shit out.
The yeah, I have a funny image from the website that I read the manga version of Skeleton Knight. Can you please bring up image the funny?
Oh no.
I'm just gonna let this image speak for itself once he finds it because it's so.
Oh god, I think I know what this one is. No.
The voice of Ainz from Overlord as Ark.
So for those who don't know, Chris Guerrero is the dub voice actor for Ainz.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Honestly, that's genius.
And like, of course, the dub voice actor for Ark is different, but the Japanese, in my opinion, the Japanese voice actor is a lot better for Ark, but the English one is serviceable.
I mean, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'm being so real right now. I kind of prefer Ainz' dub voice actor. Chris Guerrero does a phenomenal job with
Oh my
Ainz.
god, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, the one thing I found out recently, apparently they got Chris Guerrero to do the Overlord audiobooks for the light novels, which is kind of insane.
Whoa. I might need to see those later.
Mm-hmm. But do we want to get into speed?
I only really had the one speed feat for Ryan, so if you want to just go ahead and do that.
How about you do yours since yours is only just like one image? While I have to do chain scaling over here.
Sure.
Oh,
And
God,
then
here we
send
go.
the one image that I just found.
Yeah,
table.
I guess we can just pull up brain speed scaling.
Brain.
And by the way, Brain is the name of a guy.
Oh.
Okay.
So yeah, this is basically just what I explained earlier. Brain has an attack called the Fourfold Slash of Light, which in the light novel is said to be near light speed. And Shaltir just kind of looks at him, laughs at it, catches it with her fingers, and then proceeds to parry all of his attacks with her fingernail.
That was shown in like the anime too.
Yes.
It's like that Zoro thing where Mihoku's like, all I have is this tiny knife to fight you with. I have nothing smaller.
Yeah.
Yep. And, obviously because Ainz was able to beat Shaltir in a 1v1, he's got similar light speed.
I love scale
Like,
chaining.
yeah, scale chaining. Whoa.
These guys suck at speed.
God, yeah.
Like they suck so badly. Like, okay, the one thing I will give like Ainz is that he has like better mobility with flight, but like that's kind of useless when we get into abilities later on.
Yeah. Now it's time for me to do the chain scaling for Ark.
Yay!
Hey.
It's so over.
So we do know Ark's base speed is faster than sound
Mhm.
because he was able to react to one of the cardinals. It was the second cardinal he beat. I can't remember their names because they all suck. I only remember Charlos because it's the fat bastard.
I'm
Um,
a bastard.
but the second cardinal has a attack that is a multi-directional sound wave, and Ark was able to react faster than that. That's his base speed, but we can get him to light speed because um he has fought creatures that has dodged his wyvern slash, which has been described as a slash of light.
Mhm.
So we can get Arc to light speed, but I found this while just now, well, just before this we started this while looking at the wiki. Can you please bring up image speed, please?
Here you go.
Uh,
So this probably comes from one of the novels that I couldn't read or find.
let's see if I can use
But he can move so fast that everything happens to him in slow motion.
Okay.
All right, pretty good. Pretty good.
So
Yeah.
both
Yeah.
of them can get to both of them can get to light speed, pretty much.
Yeah. So speed is kind of useless.
Speed is like a non-factor here.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're fairly even, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's speed out of the way. Uh, so what do you want to get into next, Albane? Because I think the biggest thing that's gonna take is their powers and abilities.
Oh yeah, no, that I had to restrain myself from going down in every single rabbit hole because I could be here for like 2 days explaining every single one of Heinz's abilities.
Jesus, I do not want to go into Ainz's abilities.
I've cut it down to just the main important things, but
Yeah.
we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, like he just has so much.
Yeah.
To work with.
Um, let's do one that's probably gonna be the easiest. Let's do those summons.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, yeah.
So do you want to do Ox not Ox Ainz summons first?
Yeah, I think that's fine. Can we pull up? I think I decided to just put some of his more important ones in one image. Can we just pull up summons galore?
Summons galore.
Summons galore.
Here we go.
Okay, so obviously, being a necromancer, Ainz's bread and butter is
Oh.
summoning undead.
Oh, oh no!
Oh my god.
Oh
Jesus,
no!
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Almighty! What the hell is this? It looks
What the
cool,
fuck
but
am I
what the
looking
hell?
at?
We're gonna get into some of these boys.
What the
So obviously he's got a lot of undead. And the thing is that given how many levels he has in necromancy, Ainz doesn't even need to cast a spell. He just has innate skills that just let him say, "Oh, I want to summon like a dozen low tier undead and like 4 high tier undead every day." And if he wants to, he can put in like mana to make them even stronger. The Ainz's like own abilities mean that every undead he summons just automatically gets like boosted stats and abilities just because he has a natural affinity with them. Some notable ones, obviously he is like he can make entire armies of like liches and skeletons and zombies. He can make soul eaters, which are skeletal horses, both with instant death effects and they can absorb souls.
Where's the soul eater at?
Yeah, the soul eater is the bottom left. It's
That's
Ainz is literally
That
riding
is
it.
a fire horse design.
Why does that go? It was also in the intro of like season 4 to my knowledge.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
By the way, the artist for the Overlord light novels, So Bin, god tier art. Oh my god, it's so good.
Jesus Christ.
The
Next up, this is a much more common one. These are the Death Knights. These are in the bottom middle there. They are pretty standard soldiers. These things are still like 20 feet tall, so still big, still burly. Can take a lot of hits, do good damage. The most important thing about them is that they're really good for aggro because they can always take at least 1 hit and survive at 1 HP. Some other ones which aren't on here as far as undead goes, he can make high wraiths, which can pass through solid surfaces and inflict fear statuses. The strongest undead summons that Ainz has is called the Death Emperor, but we don't really know much about it.
We just know he
Also, he
has it.
can.
One of the things that I hate about this matchup is that we see and hear that they have these powers and abilities, but they never use them.
There are
Statement
like
man, statement man.
there are like 5 different trump cards that Ainz has, and we just don't know what they do.
Statement
Arc
skeleton.
has
If
like
I'm being real.
Arc in just the manga, in just the manga version alone. We see Arc say, "I have these powers and abilities, and I'm about to do one of them."
And he just
And it
never
just
uses
never
it.
happens.
It just
But
doesn't
someone
happen
got
at
it
all.
right.
Mm-hmm. All right.
It's the definition of cock block.
They are yapping their asses off, only to just not use it.
Like, okay, this goes into magic, but this goes into magic, but just an example of we hear it. We know he has it, but he never uses it. Same with
Yeah.
Ainz. Arc has this ability called, I think it's Holy Purification, which cures all curses, but at the same time, depending on the translation, it will either instantly kill undead or do massive damage to undead.
Right. Well, we'll get into Ainz's specific interactions with holy magic in a second. I'm just going to finish the summons he has. Next up in the top right is the Doom Lord, which is another really strong undead summon. The most important thing about this one is that it emits this black smog of negative energy that buffs and heals any undead in their vicinity, and also makes them more resistant to holy damage.
Gee, I wonder who else is undead.
You know who else is undead?
Yep. Yep, this is true. Okay, in the bottom right, that is one of the primal elementals Ainz can summon with his staff. We'll get into his staff later because that's like its own unique thing. These are also really powerful. I'll explain more when you cover the staff. The top left there is if Ainz casts the super tier spell Pantheon, he can summon 6 cherubim gatekeepers, which are basically like level 80 angels. He can also summon a bunch of different kinds of demons. We never really see what they look like, so I don't really have an image of those. But
What's
in the
the
top
thing in the
middle
middle?
there,
Yeah, I was about to ask, what are those in the middle?
so I think one of the best scenes in the light novel, Ainz can cast the spell La Shub Niggurath, which is literally based off a monster from H.P. Lovecraft.
I love that. Love that
And
so much.
so what the spell does is that first it emits this like a black wave of energy that insta kills everything. Then if there are enough things that are killed, they are then sacrificed, and it summons these like baby goats that are like 30 meters tall with like a dozen mouths and like hundreds of tendrils. And when Ainz summons them, the first initial wave, because Ainz is like entering like an army, he's like fighting on a battlefield, right? So when he first does the first like instant death wave, that kills 70,000 people.
Yeah.
Then when he summons, then because 70,000 people were then sacrificed, he summons 5 of the Dark Young, which are the names for these creatures. They go on to kill 110,000 more people.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
literally in the light novel, when they're summoned, there's just an entire page of the word splat over and over to emphasize how much of a massacre this is.
Damn. I need to get the light novels for Arc.
Yeah, and by the way, the Dark Young are like level 90 and are known, they don't have any special abilities on their own, but they're known to be incredibly like tanky and durable.
That does. There is like an issue with them, but I will bring that up later.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've only seen a few of Arc's summons. Cause can't I don't have a full image of Ifrit, but he can summon Ifrit. But can you please bring up image Final Flash? Because Ifrit, of course, it's Ifrit. You know it's gonna be fire based, right?
Absolute cinema.
Absolute cinema. And he can just do this.
You just that.
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
Oh, neat. Also, that's burning faster than the Hydra can regenerate.
Yeah, it just negated the regen, like with sheer willpower or firepower.
With literal firepower.
Yes.
And he also, of course, he has a wind summon that I don't have an image. I don't have a good image of. He also has another summon that only appears so far in the light novel that I couldn't find an image of, but I believe it's another archangel with a hammer. But his biggest summon, he also has. Can you please bring up image the Doctor?
The Doctor.
I
Doctor
am
Who?
the Doctor.
Doctor.
Yes, I named it specifically because of what it is. This is Aeon, which is Aeon is not pictured here because it's only pictured in a later one. But Aeon is a greater time god.
Yes, literally.
Yes,
Interesting.
yeah,
Yes, that actually. I can't remember the exact context, but it just like buffed art where he's kind of like immune to like
yeah.
time.
Basically, with Aeon, Arc is basically timely locked in the state he is in. Nothing can affect him for like 5 minutes. No damage, no status effects, no mana draining spells or anything like that. He is literally the definition of I am fucking invincible for 5 minutes.
Just the fuck you card. You're dead.
Yeah, he just has a time god on standby.
Time god on standby.
Yes.
Cool.
But can you also please bring up image from the Bible?
What?
This is a ref. I named this one because it is referring to the devil from the Bible.
I got that reference.
This is the literal archangel Michael.
Hey, it's me, Michael from the literal Bible.
It's me, Michael
It's
from the
me.
Bible.
Based Snapcube reference.
Yes. And Michael has it has fire-based abilities, kind of like Ifrit, and with just one attack, Executioner Michael destroyed the majority of an undead army of over 100,000 with just one attack.
One fucking attack, just boom, just all of them gone.
Yeah. It is
Also, why? Also, hey, why does Michael look familiar?
I don't get it.
Shout here.
Oh.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, Shaltiers literally has the Valkyrie class. It checks. It checks out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ark Michael was so powerful. Ark trained with a Dragon Lord, and Michael got stronger. The summon got stronger.
How? Literally how?
With one attack, he was able to create a valley.
Oh god.
Yeah, those are all of his summons that he has that I have images for right now. There is, of course, the one that's in the light novel at the moment that I don't have an image for. I don't even know what the hell it does, so I didn't bring it up. But all I know is that it's an archangel with a hammer.
So I know you brought up.
If you can't disprove anything, you could just say anything about it if you want.
I actually have the wiki pulled up. Let me find it.
While you're doing that, because you mentioned Archangel Michael, can we please pull up Jesus scaling for Ainz?
Hold on. Hold on. What?
What?
I need to back up here.
Oh, it's the archangel. Oh, it's the archangel Uriel.
So yeah, Ainz is Jesus apparently.
Wait, what?
What? I don't remember Jesus being a skeleton.
I've been on the internet long enough. I know how heavy that cross is in power scaling.
I'm gonna be so real right now.
Please tell me there's not Jesus power scaling.
Oh, this is good.
So I'm gonna be so real. This was not mentioned in the light novels. I just happened to be looking in the manga to find an image of the Cherubim Gatekeeper, and I saw Ainz dressed as Jesus. And I'm like, what the hell is happening here?
I can't stop laughing. This is the funniest thing I've seen today.
So
send me
scaling
that.
to Jesus, I think
all over.
Ainz
I
beats the angels.
I need you to send that to me once this is all over.
I found out which archangel it is. It is the archangel Ooal.
Okay.
There is no image of her. Where is it?
Uh,
Oh, oh! I found one of its abilities. It can yell so hard that it literally turns all undead in the area to dust. And then it says Uriel then shrinks around 2 meters and then goes into its summoner to grant them the ability to fly and annihilate anything in a given area.
I need you to scream at this Overlord really hard.
I need to read the light novels that aren't translated in the manga yet.
Gee, this is reminding me of Ultima Godzilla.
Yes.
Oh, you want to talk about Ultimate Godzilla? Ainz literally has reality warping narrative hacks, and we're gonna get to that.
Fucking what?
I'm not lying. I
Please
swear.
please tell me you are lying.
I was not ready for any
no.
of this cast.
I kind of wish I was
Any of this
because
cast.
it's so
I
weird.
hate it here.
I hate it here.
I kind of wish I was, but no, and we'll get to that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah. So Jesus scaling was kind of just a joke because we're on like the angel topic, but yeah, no.
Yeah,
I have a few of my own joke ones since we're on the joke images so far. Oh, where is it? Where's the funny image? Can you please bring up? I think it's cooking with Auk.
Oh, I think I know which one.
There is like an where is the image? Did I even send it to you? Oh yes, I did. Can you bring
I
up
got it.
cooking time with Chef Auk?
I think I know. Yep, yep.
Auk
This one.
made soy sauce in an isekai world, and then he went on to fully explain cooking science for like 3 pages.
I mean, to be fair, he like also did like the anime. I'm pretty sure.
Not yet. The anime hasn't gotten to this part yet.
I swear they have like done like a similar scene to this.
But he used all of this. And can you please bring up image pizza, please?
Pizza.
Auk fully made pizza in this world.
Damn, that's kind of based.
The ultimate win con, making pizza.
The ultimate win con. Pizza.
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 This isn't exactly a perfect counter, but Ainz has essentially introduced the concept of HR to his world.
HR!
Ugh. Reality over fiction, to be honest, not gonna lie.
You, not HR. Oh god, yeah, those were the funny images that I had.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, if we're
I also have another strength feat that I forgot to mention because it was the
go for
first image. Can you please bring up image Team Rocket is blasting off again? This is specifically only shown in the manga. They downplay it so hard in the anime. But Auk used Armored Lariat and sent 3 guys flying into the air to where the Team Rocket stars appear.
Yeah, that was the suplex attack I was talking about.
Yeah. He also has a shield bash attack, which is he just holds his shield out, which is broken as all hell, and just rams you, cracking your ribs.
Kind of like Skull the Hero Slayer. If anyone gets that reference, like at all.
I love that game.
Oh my god, same.
Yeah. Yeah, Auk's strength is crazy. Just him flicking his fingers and knocking someone on the head can send them lightly flying.
I've even made art for Skull versus Beheaded.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on from the basic stats. Do you want to go into before we go into magic? I think the next thing we should go into is just their equipment.
yes.
Yeah.
I have a lot to cover for Ainz's equipment, so I'm gonna go over arcs first.
Actually, I wanted to go yours to go over first.
Okay, you know what? That's fine. We can go over mine first.
Since you
Okay.
have a lot, I have little. Let's go over yours first because it's probably gonna
Sure,
take the
fine.
longest.
All right. First up, can we pull up Drip King?
Please tell me it's him in a Gucci outfit. Please tell me it's him in a Gucci outfit. If it's not, I'm gonna be upset.
You might be upset, but you know what? He still got Drip, so it's okay.
Drip King. Abs. Okay.
You know what? The
okay.
the drip
Okay.
that I like the most is the one with the spear.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay. So like, hear me out on naked Ainz.
On naked Ainz.
No,
I did not need to
you don't
hear
even
that
know.
today.
Right before Ainz is dressed like that, he's literally just wearing a bathrobe.
Yeah. Gross.
Let me tell you. Okay, so like this is like out of context, but like at one point, like remember? Okay, so like Rand, remember the time where you were trying to like
Yes.
find the Ainz Arc picture, and
Yes.
like one of your friends told me I was the one, which
Yeah.
is true. Apparently, like I think they like sent me a picture of like Ainz just like no nothing, just like his skeleton. I can find it.
Don't.
Okay, I won't. But like, it's a funny. Yeah, I just want to mention.
Yes.
Okay. So Ainz is, well, first and foremost, as the leader of the Great Tomb of Nazarick, he has access to the guild treasury. And as an avid collector of rare and unique items, he's got so many deep pockets of magic items. And I have tried my best to limit it to the ones I think would be relevant to this fight. Because otherwise, we'd be here for hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
So obviously, Ainz can access any of these items at any point that he wants because he has a kind of spatial dimension pocket that he puts his inventory in. He's got access to numerous spell scrolls to increase his already insane number of spells. Even though he's a magic caster, he has been trained or has been receiving training from one of his underlings named Cocutus to use weapons. He's got spells that can just create weapons. So he's used swords, halberds. Obviously, he had the twin great swords when he's got his armor as Momon. He's got staves or sorry, spears that can shoot either fire or ice. He's got stilettos for either fire or lightning. He has a staff called the Blasting Staff, which doesn't do much damage, but it does really high knockback, which is great for creating distance. The red orb in his chest, which you can see kind of like the upper right image there, that is, we don't know what it's called. We don't know its true effects, as is par for the course, but it is what is known as a world item. To summarize, world items essentially break the laws of nature. We don't know what, and they all have unique effects. We don't know what Ainz' specific unique effect is, but we do know that every world item grants you both immunity to soul-based attacks and immunity to reality warping.
Okay.
He also carries numerous cash shop items, which can be
What?
used to reduce spell cooldowns, reduce activation periods, as well as summon multiple other items to his hands. We'll get to that part in a second. Perhaps, okay, next up, can we get Got That Bling?
You've just named all of his like outfits. Just yes, I got that drip on me.
Oh yeah, no, he got that drip on him.
And then I
Yeah.
just mentioned like a naked Ainz. Help. Send help.
Okay, so interestingly
Yes,
enough,
we see your Jack Sparrow wings, Ainz.
funnily
Why
enough,
did I think he was doing the middle finger?
Same. I thought he was flipping us
so
off.
the average level 100 player can only equip 2 rings, but Ainz has some sort of skills to somehow equip 10 rings, meaning he has 10 rings on each, like one on each finger. Now, again, I'm only going to try to mention the relevant ones here. He has a ring that can stop all detection spells. He mainly uses this to prevent people from gathering information about his HP, his mana levels, and the fact that he's undead. He has a ring that can block people from affecting his mind and behavior. He has a ring that makes him immune to all temporal attacks, such as like a time stop and other things that would impede movement. a ring of wand mastery, so he can use any wand that he can find or equip. He really only mainly uses this to equip a wand of resurrection, which I don't necessarily think he can use on himself, but we'll get to that. He has actually, we'll just cover that now. One of his rings lets him resurrect himself upon death multiple times.
Oh.
So even if Ark is able to kill Ainz, he can just activate the ring and come back from death without pretty much any penalties besides sacrificing him some EXP points.
You mentioned
and
the time. You mentioned the time movement one ring,
yes,
right? So Ark does have a magical spell that just binds someone in place, but we see, I believe, so we know the Pope also has this ability, but we know it can't work on him or Ark. It can't work on each other. I think. I need to read the next light novel to fully know if he can counter that.
Please.
right. Well, the ring that you see on his extended finger, what the three dashes,
Mhm.
we're going to start covering some of those reality warping and narrative hacks I was talking about.
Okay.
So essentially, one of these super tier spells Ainz has access to, both as a spell he can cast and some free uses through this ring, is called Wish Upon a Star, which we don't know a whole lot about it because Ainz treats this spell as an absolute last resort. But what we do know is that it is defined as making the impossible into reality.
Huh.
Okay.
We
Any
literally haven't
specifics?
seen much use of it, but we do know the only way to resist it is to objectively have a resistance to reality warping, such as having a world item like Ainz does.
Again,
Wasn't that
again
the same ability that Shouter when she was mind manipulated, mind controlled, it didn't work on her?
Exactly, because her mind manipulation was because of a world item.
Yeah. Okay.
So because it was a world item which, blocks reality warping, that's why the wish didn't work. But otherwise it should have. And Ainz lists a few things. So he says that he can use this to sort of steal skills and abilities from other people. He can use this to recover himself. Basically, it's really unfortunate because we get such little information about how this spell works, but based on the implications, it can do almost anything he can think of, which is kind of insane.
Yeah. Okay.
okay.
And that's his rings. So, and I think the last thing as far as items goes is his staff. So, can we just get the image for his staff, please?
This brings up another connection because Ark, because I've seen the artwork for the next book, or for the next light novel that the manga hasn't adapted, and Ark gets the staff of the Pope, but I don't know what the fuck that staff does because I need to read it, but I know he has it.
Read, my guy, read!
I don't own them yet. I'm gonna buy them when I get paid.
Read!
So, the staff you see here is the staff of Ainz. This is a unique magic item that only Ainz can equip and use, and it is possibly the strongest item in his arsenal outside of the wish ring. So what the staff does is that it has 7 divine orbs inside each of the snake's mouths at the top there. And they all have a different element: fire, water, earth, wind, sun, moon, and time. And each of those has the pinnacle spell associated with that element. So earth, for example, is the 10th tier spell, Crack in the Ground, which is an insta KO spell that restricts movement by literally splitting the ground open. He can cast Dimensional Lock, which essentially prevents the opponent from casting teleportation spells or opening portals.
Probably have a counter to that one.
Sure.
Yeah.
He can do fire, water, earth, wind spells, all that stuff. He can cast Veil of the Moon, which grants him a high magic resistance buff. Each orb can also summon a primal elemental associated with that gem.
Element in particular?
Yeah, like so remember the fire elemental I showed when I showed all of Ainz' summons?
Yeah.
So it's like that, but for each of those elements.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happens in like the anime too.
Yeah. And also, really interesting, the staff has something called an automatic interception mode, where essentially the Ainz can activate like an AI within the staff, so it'll fly around, shoot spells, and like protect Ainz, acting independently of Ainz' own actions.
Question: What is this staff made out of?
Great question. I wish I could answer that.
It looks like it's
Because
made out of gold.
It is stated to be like one of the highest, if not the highest caliber of magic item, like right below a world item. So whatever, so it essentially it would be like it's almost impossible to like break or destroy it. Theoretically, it is
okay,
possible, but like very very difficult.
okay,
Yeah.
because um, I probably have a counter to the dimensional lock, which is anti curse, which we see Ark use it multiple times, specifically to get rid of uh items and magical spells that lock magic and lock people away from using magic and certain spells.
Yeah.
Sure. Here's my question though: can Arc uh prevent being frozen in time?
Possibly. Maybe.
We know that Ark's shield gives him resistances to everything.
Yes, everything.
Oh, good. So
And and
theoretically, it's a maybe, maybe not.
yeah,
The reason
Yeah.
I bring it up is
because
because Ainz
this is the
has sort
this
of
is the maybe
two
maybe not thing I
different.
was going to bring up.
Yeah.
Specifically how the shield works is if if the shield owner is of a higher level, it just doesn't work. Like the spell just does not work at all.
Yeah.
Doesn't even activate.
Interesting.
And that gets
Interesting.
into the how high their levels is. That's why I wanted to ask. That's why we kind of agreed to just like say they're the max level from their games, so it should kind of like reverse equalize.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah,
So
yeah. The only
is
reason I
a
bring it up is because Ainz has two different ways to sort of. He has two different temporal magic spells. One is temporal stasis, which it freezes his opponent in time. The other is time stop, which freezes time for everything around Ainz except for himself.
I think the shield can counter that, and plus also with Aeon, it just
Yeah,
won't.
yeah. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
Aeon definitely makes
Aeon
sense.
is just like the perfect counter, in my opinion, to like time stopping.
Right, right, yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But I think like it would kind of be a stalemate there because Ainz has his own countermeasures to like time manipulation magic, so they're
Yes.
both going to be unaffected.
So at
Specifically
best,
with
like
specifically
time
with
BS is just out of the question.
yeah, with specifically with Aeon, it locks Ark, not his surroundings, not his opponent. It locks Ark in time,
Mm-hmm.
specifically him.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I got one last thing for equipment. Can we pull up Perfect Warrior?
Um,
Also, can I just say, where does he hold that staff at?
He typically just carries it around.
I mean, he kind of uses it as a king.
Like,
Yeah.
where does he hold it?
Like he uses it as a king.
Okay.
So obviously Ainz is a mage. However, if Ainz casts the spell, the 10th tier spell Perfect Warrior, all of his stats and levels go from being optimized to mage to being optimized into a warrior class.
Hmm.
And once he does that, he has cash up items which allow him to equip the items from his other level 100 guildmates. So all like the armor, the giant punching glove, the sword, the shield, the bow, the two daggers, and the sword are all very high tier items, each
Why
with their
does
own like unique magical effects from other level 100 guild members that Ainz can equip.
why does all of this look like specifically with the daggers, I think that's an axe, maybe a hammer, and the
Yeah, it's an
bow
axe.
look like it's from Power Rangers, while the fist looks like it's specifically from One Piece.
Why does most of this look like Fire Emblem?
Yeah. Like I cannot wait for my big punchy fist class to beat the final boss to death with bare knuckle brawling.
Yeah. Eat fists, sucker.
Eat my knuckles.
No. You're having a knuckle sandwich.
Literally.
All right. I think after that long list, I think that's the important things. Not everything, but the important things as far as Ainz equipment goes.
If we go for everything, we're gonna be here for like the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've already had a 3-hour cast this month. We can't do another one.
Please no.
Okay, we can't have Prime breathing down our necks again.
Please God no.
Okay, so Ox. Okay, I didn't get an image of this. I didn't get an image of Ock, of just Ock as a character because all of his stuff is already on him. Table. Do you think you can quickly pull up just a standard image of Ock
Oh, sure.
if you can find one? So, Ock has. Let me go to the wiki specifically so I can name everything. God damn it.
Let them cook.
Yeah, let me cook, wait. Where is his... Oh, it's probably going to be all down here at the bottom, isn't it? Yep, main equipment. Here we go. Okay, that's a blurry image, but that's the best we got. So, he has the Berelius Holy Armor, which increases his already maxed out defense, and it will it's also constantly regenerating his health. It also increases his base attack power even more than it already is because again it's maxed, and he has also maximum curse resistance. It also makes him immune. It also makes him completely immune to fire and light/holy attacks. The overcoat of the night, which is his cloak, gives him complete immunity to dark damage.
Dark magic.
Yeah, dark magic,
Oh,
and it's also constantly regenerating his mana. And sometimes his mana will regenerate in bigger chunks than others. He has the Holy Shield of Tintinitis. I almost said Tintinus. Ah yes, he can stab Ainz with a rusty nail.
Owie.
Ouch.
It basically gives him high defense and also knockback and knockdown invalidation, meaning he will constantly be standing where he is.
Mm-hmm.
It also raises all of his stats and resistances to complete immunity. And then we have the Holy Thunder Sword of a Kalbog, which is an actual, real-life, mythical Irish weapon. It also increases his attack boost and his movement speed and his agility. It also has its own special attack. It also has multiple of its own special attacks as well.
Like River Slash. I can't do the voice.
Yeah. Okay. Now, let's get into his sword. God damn it, Discord. Why won't you work with me?
Because Discord hates us all.
Can you bring up image lightsaber?
Yes. Yes, I can.
Lightsaber. Arc, use the force.
So, this is something that just Kalbog can just do. Basically, it increases its length and basically makes it into a lightsaber because we see Ark fight a bunch of monsters on a gigantic battleship that is like a lot bigger than he is, and with like a single slash, he like cuts it in half, and he's like swinging this thing around erratically to defeat everything. But it also has another ability, which is it also has another ability that if Ark activates it, it can absorb his mana, the mana of the surrounding area and his opponent, I think, to increase its attack and striking power.
Which I do want to quickly say, unfortunately, that won't work on Ainz because he has a natural immunity to energy drain attacks.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Specifically in one fight, Ark used uh Aeon and that pouring all of his magic into his sword. So basically, he's attacking with infinite, an infinite striking force.
Oh god.
Only one infinity?
No, he's like infinitely pouring his magic into it. Since Aeon locks him and basically makes all magic drain a non-existent.
Yeah.
He's infinitely pouring infinite magic to get infinite striking damage and infinite buffs that the sword gives him.
Yeah.
But let's see what else we got here. And also another thing, uh can we just go into the fact that both of these characters have never been seen fighting at their peak.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, okay, so yeah, for the most part, pretty much, I think the closest we can get for Ainz is his fight with Shaltir, and one other fight that I'm gonna cover probably once we get back to me. But yeah, we rarely see both of these guys going all out, which is another very difficult point if we're trying to see what their max potential is.
Yeah, because like specifically the closest we've seen that I have seen, again, I need to read the light novels. The closest that I have seen go all out is fighting the strongest and most vicious Dragon Lord. Um, which is stronger than the Dragon Lord Ark trained with. Which I should have gotten. I should have done this in stats, but I forgot to. Can I do that real quick, Albine? If
Yeah.
you will
Yeah,
permit
yeah,
me.
go for it, go for it.
Okay, gotta find the image because I am not fully organized. I should have been organized for this. Did it do? I think it is.
You should have. Now you lost my vote.
God damn it!
Haha, yes.
Did I not get the image of it? Damn it. Okay, so oh, I forgot to send it. So
Like lost. Darn.
lost Dawn. But we see Ark accidentally anger the Dragon Lord in their first meeting because he stepped on his tail. So they fight, and Ark survives a blast that created a small valley. With this Dragon Lord, it literally decimates mountains to create valleys.
To my
Also,
knowledge, that's just way higher than any kind of like physical stat I have seen for like Ainz. To my knowledge, there might be something
Sorry,
else.
could you repeat that?
Man.
I couldn't quite catch that. What'd you say?
I think that's like the highest feat of like strength. That's like far superior than Ainz's best
yeah.
strength feat.
So okay, so as far as like damage goes, we can definitely scale Ainz to other level 100 characters, most notably Mare and Demiurge. Mare
Yeah.
was able to cast an earthquake that leveled an entire city, and Demiurge can summon meteors, which did basically a similar thing. Both Demiurge's meteor destroyed like a massive wall, which basically like separated like a peninsula from part of the mainland. He didn't destroy the entire thing, but like it's stated to be like a significant portion of the wall, along with a part of the city.
Okay.
We know Ainz is like comparable, if not outright rated to be stronger than those two. And can we pull up Dragon Lord scaling for me?
So yeah, we're on Dragon Lord scaling now. I can't
Yeah.
wait to get more into Dragon Lord scaling for Ark as well.
Or sorry, not Dragon Lord scaling. Can we pull up the one that's Cure Elam?
I cannot wait for us to get into Dragon Lord stuff because it's wild
Dragon
for both.
scale. Dragon scaling. Let's go.
Yeah.
So
That's
Ainz,
not a dragon. That's a snake giraffe.
so Ainz has fought a few different dragons. In the main story, Ainz has obviously killed the Frost Dragon Lords pretty easily, just like one single insta kill spell and they're dead. However, in the New World, there is a higher class of Dragon Lords called True Dragon Lords, and they have a lot more magical resistances to like insta death and reality warping and all that stuff. There is a side story which is written by the author. And the main reason why I'm bringing it up is because this is essentially a weaker Ainz. This is an Ainz who doesn't have access to most of the resources he has in the main timeline.
So this is non-canon, technically.
Technically, but I think it's fair to use for stats because written by the author, it's a weaker Ainz.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So
Yeah, I think
in this story, Ainz one briefly goes up against a creature called the Brightness Dragon Lord. And we don't get a whole lot of information about that fight, but we do know that that fight was basically a draw, but that's mainly because both side was neither willing to commit fully to the fight to the death. They both turned and went their separate ways. In this image, Ainz is fighting Kir Elam, who is the Elder Coffin Dragon Lord, basically a Dragon Lord who learned how to use necromancy magic. And he used a spell that destroyed an entire country and then zombified all of the civilians to make undead armor for itself. And Ainz faced this guy in a 1v1 and basically kicked its ass.
Okay.
So Ainz, the thing is with Overlord is that a lot of spells don't necessarily reach he's country level because he destroyed a country. It doesn't necessarily work that way because a lot of spells have set ranges. But comparing to creatures like the Dragon Lords, I think it's fair to say that he may not have that AoE, but he can definitely stand on that caliber of character.
Okay.
Okay, that's useful.
And I think another now again, this one's a little bit more weird, but can we pull up map calcs?
Map? Oh well, yeah. There's.
I would sing a very cringy song, but I don't have that energy in me.
Okay, so within that green circle that I drew on the map, there is a lake called the Great Lake in the Forest of Tobe. And the reason why I bring it up is because in what is essentially the greatest aura farming I've ever seen, Ainz tries to intimidate a village of lizardmen by freezing the entire lake solid with a single spell. Now, I found a bunch of different sources for how big the lake is, from 20 kilometers wide to 80 kilometers wide. I didn't know what to rely with, but I found that the author stated that the Riestes Kingdom, which is kind of where the White Lion dictates, the author said that kingdom is about the size of France. So comparing the size of the lake on the map to essentially a rough estimate of France, and then running some calculations, the energy equivalent needed to freeze that lake is about 56,400 megatons of TNT, which is 1,000 times more energy than the Tsar Bomba nuke.
Damn.
Damn. Okay.
This is with both of the anime casts I've done. There's no actual versus scaling for them. No power scaling.
Yep.
Stats for Arc, because Arc is kind of the lesser known character of these two, which is sad.
True.
Again, this calc may be completely bogus. I fully admit that. This is something I just tried to put together because the freezing an entire lake solid seemed like a really impressive feat, and I had no idea how to calculate. So this is what I went with. Could be bogus, but I feel like that's a fair estimate to again say Ainz should be able to stand on par with country level characters.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah.
By the way, I found that Dragon Lord image. By the way, I forgot to send it to you. Table.
Oh, gotcha. I won't send it to me, and I can put it on.
Dragon Lord time.
Do we want to get into Dragon Lord? Since we're getting into Dragon Lord scaling now, Albine, can I go into Ox as well?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
This is about the extent of the scaling that I have. So after this, I think I just want to dedicate time to spells and stuff. So go for your scaling.
Yeah. Okay. So
I have to edit it, but I'll just.
Yeah, he has to edit it because I have some information on it because I had to read it from a totally legal site. And there's some stuff.
I think I know which one you're referring to.
Take a wild guess. I've been going back and forth because for some reason.
I love doing illegal war crimes.
But yeah, uh, all also, Ox world that he's got himself into has had people be Isekai'd into it before. They're called drifters. We see that every race and every monster we see in this world originates from something not of that world. We even see We even see this with specifically three of them. No, four. Some character named Eva we've never seen before. The Pope. I'll get back into this, but yeah. Uh, with just one Dragon's Breath, it created that valley, and Ark tanked it.
Yes. Like head on.
Yes, and he also tanked a Dragon's Breath from a much stronger Dragon Lord, which has been stated to be the strongest Dragon Lord in their human form, which is even stronger than their basic dragon form.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And yeah, we also know the Pope, Thanatos, has been in this Isekai world for over 100 years. And we also know that there was another one called that basically founded the definition of furry ninjas.
Yes, that's real.
And we also know that every single one of these drifters have had the exact same powers and abilities. Because multiple times they mention, oh, Ark has the ability to teleport. That hasn't been seen since the founder of this country, this religion, John from down the street. And it's specified new. So yeah, so that's the extent of my Dragon Lord scaling. And with my previous like little rant, we're getting into magic now, which is perfect segue into magic.
Oh God, here we go.
Yeah. Since you probably have more magic and probably gonna win in the magic category, you want to go, Albine?
Yeah, sure. We may be here a while.
Oh God.
Try to simplify it, please. We don't.
Yes.
How
I
long
know.
have we been live
We
I
are
am.
at the
I'm
hour and
doing
a
my
half
best to
mark.
simplify it.
Okay.
Please make it short.
I got
I'm doing my best
kidnapped
to
for
simplify
this
it.
long cast. I
You
didn't see
got
this coming.
kidnapped, Polaris. We are sorry.
All right. Well, because Rand, you mentioned that you showed a couple different examples of Ark fighting monsters who could make giant craters and like break mountains. Just really quickly, I wanted to ask Table if you could pull up Fallen Down.
Huh?
I know that ability.
Yeah.
Falling down. Is that an Undertale reference?
No. It's like this huge area of effect, which kind of just annihilated like a huge chunk of land.
Like it
What did you
created
have it under? What name was it?
Fallen Down.
I forgot. I haven't been even drinking my water.
Then why even bring
If it's not there, then that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to lose my voice.
I'll go see if we.
Okay, that doesn't matter. That's fine. I'll just describe it. So essentially, this is one of I'm just gonna cut to like one of the big boys here. Fallen Down is one of Ainz's super tier spells. What it does is it creates a massive pillar of like mana energy, and we see that it does like a significant amount of damage to Shaltir, who again is one of the strongest NPCs within Nazarick. And when the spell ends, it leaves like a massive crater that like leveled an entire mountain, similar to one of the creatures that you showed earlier.
Question.
Yeah,
It's made out. You said it's made out of mana, right?
I don't really know. I'm just assuming it's like magical energy. I don't remember if it specifically said it was like mana or light or whatever. I'm not really sure.
Because if it's
think
like
it was-
pure
I think
mana,
it
I
was-
wanted to make the argument that he could just hold up his sword and the sword just absorb the entirety of the mana.
I feel like it was stated to be mana at one point. I'm not sure. I'm not too confident on it being like mana, but
I will look up the spell fallen down a little bit, but there's a
yeah.
lot of other stuff I need to get through here first.
Yes,
Okay, yeah.
please do that.
Yeah. So, obviously, first, just as with this class, Ainz is immune to a lot of different damage types. Lightning, cold, and instant death magics. A lot of different status effects. He's immune to spells that would affect his mind. He can nullify a lot of physical and magical attacks depending on how weak or strong they are. I think Arc is still strong enough that damage will still happen, but regardless.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, Ainz is immune to attacks that would drain his energy levels, whether that be mana, HP, or otherwise. He's immune to reality and soul-based warping thanks to his world item. Resistance to necrotic damage. He can't get tired because undead. Okay, spells. So interestingly enough, Ainz has a skill called meta magic, which allows him to sort of alter the timing, size, damage, and duration of spells. So with like maximize magic, he can boost the damage of a spell, and like with triple magic, he can make the spell like basically be cast 3 times at once. So for he can combine that with like pretty much any like damaging spell he has. He has spells for movement to like speed himself up, slow enemies down, flight, like teleportation, opening portals, spells for nearly any damage type you can think of. So I know you said that Arc has a resistance to like dark and like dark magics, but Ainz is not at all limited in what he can dish out. Pretty much any element you can think of.
I
He's
did
got
say that the shield protects him from all forms of magic.
Is it like complete immunity or just like a resistance to it?
It's complete immunity. What Rand said.
It's depending on the translation, it's either or.
Okay. But to be fair, Ainz does have skills, including some meta magics that state that his spells can bypass certain resistances. I think what was it called? Yeah, meta magic, penetrate magic, which allows the spells to bypass resistances of a target. So I think that might be a decent counter. Let's see. He's got a bunch of defensive spells to like protect himself. Most notable is the spell Body of a Fulgent Barrel, which completely negates all damage and knockback from one physical attack, and then adds a significant boost to Ainz's physical defense. As an undead, Ainz does innately have a weakness to both fire and holy magic. However, with spells and equipment, he essentially negated these weaknesses entirely.
Okay.
He's got a bunch of different AoE spells. I mentioned that Ainz has ways to counteract teleportation. For example, if with Lopsided Duel, if Arc teleports, Ainz can make sure that he teleports with him. I mentioned Dimensional Lock, but I think you said Arc has a counter to that.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned the Temporal Stasis spells. Ainz has a spell called Energy Drain, which permanently steals levels from the target and provides a buff to Ainz, which I think could be very important in this fight.
Okay.
He has the spell Perfect Unknowable, which makes him completely invisible and masks any traces of his physical presence. He has spells to kind of detect info on his opponent. So he obviously, as an undead, he can innately detect other undead around him. But even besides that, he can detect magic around him. He can check Arc's like kind of HP and mana bars, and he can also project false information about Ainz's own HP and mana. Really interestingly, I found 2 spells that I think might be really bad for Arc. The spell Greater Rejection blocks the opponent's ability to use summons, and the spell Greater Break Item destroys magic items that the opponent has equipped.
That's really useful.
Yeah.
He's got the spell Mass Hold Species, which essentially is like a big stun effect for a wide variety of creatures. He has the spell Shark Cyclone, in which he literally throws a Sharknado at you.
That's
so ridiculous, but also so cool.
It's so cool.
He has the spell Greater Lethal, which can heal undead creatures, so he can use that to heal himself. Gravity Maelstrom, which he just kind of throws like a condensed ball of gravity. I don't want to call it a black hole because there's the whole contentious thing about that. He can make walls of bones.
He has
various buff spells, debuff spells, magical traps, where essentially like there's an invisible mine that will like fly around the arena and like home in on your target.
There's also Reality Slash, which just slashes through reality.
Yep, it is stated as cutting the fabric of space, and it ignores both physical and magical resistances.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's also can read and control minds through the spells Control Amnesia and Dominate. Just like Demiurge, he can summon meteors. I mentioned Perfect Warrior with all that. Now,
I
Ainz's
think
true bread and butter is instant death spells.
I
He-
was gonna bring up a quick counter to the mind control stuff.
yep, go for it.
Uh, Ark has resisted mind control from imps in his world, but specifically can mind control people, and Ark has been like just not affected by it.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's fair. Ainz,
Yeah.
again, similarly has his own thing. Like, he also can't be affected by mind magic.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I was saying, uh, Ainz's bread and butter is instant death spells. Um, they do what they say. You cast them, and they instantly kill you. Now, typically, instant death spells don't work on undead, which means that they wouldn't necessarily have an effect on Arc. But
Womp.
we'll get to a very unique ability Ainz has.
Yeah, you've told me
Um,
about it before.
Oh,
yep.
it's true. It's true death. Right.
Not necessarily. So True Death is one of his instant death spells. What's unique about that one is that it prevents resurrection after the spell is cast.
Mhm.
Um, he also has Grasp Heart, which is Ainz's canonical favorite spell. Insta death, single target, and even if it fails, it applies a stun effect. He has an AoE death spell called Cry of the Banshee, La Shub Niggurath, which I mentioned earlier. But most importantly, Ainz, as the pinnacle of the Undead Overlord class, has unlocked the spell which has the coolest name I've ever heard in fiction.
Oh
The
my god.
goal of all life is death.
Here we
Oh
go.
my. Yes. Here we go.
Can we pull up the image? It's just called TGOALID.
This one I'm
Oh
very
my
familiar
god.
with.
God, this is. Please, please.
Yeah, he looks so cool whenever he uses the spell. So basically, the way that it works is that Ainz activates the goal of all life is death, and then he casts an instant death spell. What the goal of all life is death does is that it eliminates all resistances to instant death magic. Doesn't matter if you're undead, doesn't matter if you have magical resistances, doesn't matter if you have a way to like shield yourself. With the goal of all life is death, any instant death spell will hit and will insta kill you. The only known way to defend against it is if you have an ability that revives you upon death.
So
And this is
basically,
kind of like Ainz's trump card. So like even though most of Ainz's insta kill spells don't work on Arc because he's an undead, with the goal of all life is death, it does not matter. Arc will die from it.
okay.
Yeah, this is the big gun.
This
Yeah.
was the
Yeah.
big one. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that was like the biggest gun I was thinking
yeah.
of.
Whew, okay, I think that's, and then obviously I mentioned a lot of his super tier magics earlier. Fallen Down is like one of the big ones. Pantheon can summon the angels. Wish Upon a Star, the weird, funky reality warping one. Creation, which was the spell that he used to freeze the entire lake. What that spell does specifically is it alters terrain on a vast scale. So it basically like, can switch environment from like, oh, you're in a tundra. Nope, sorry, now it's a volcano like with lava everywhere. But like the amount of energy that that spell can create is clearly what puts Ainz in like such a high level of caliber.
Where's the narrative crap?
Yeah, that was the Wish Upon a Star, where it's basically like, oh, that one just makes the impossible into a new reality and breaks the laws of the world. We don't know, we don't get like specifics on it. That's just all it's described as.
Okay.
And let's see. Obviously, he has a bunch of different buff spells, and I think just one more thing that is thinks for fun. Can we pull up to the Shadow Realm?
Also, he aura farms. That's
Oh,
his like.
he aura farms like crazy. That's my goat.
Oh my god! Why is bro aura farming? Stop aura farming! God damn it!
Yes, it is another GIF.
Yeah,
I
I think this is the only other gift that I have.
Okay. I will say one thing that the wiki for Skeletonite has is it only has a few of the descriptions of Ark's magic. Again, I'm gonna have to buy every single light novel.
Good luck with that, buddy.
I can buy all of them for like $50 on
Yeah.
Amazon.
So Ainz is fighting this like pretty strong angel, and he just casts a spell called Black Hole, and the angel is no longer exists.
Yeah.
He only used the spell once, and we never learn anything more about how it works. Par for the course at this point. It's just like, what?
Yeah.
Bye bye. Just bye bye.
To the Shadow Realm with you.
That one ability that I hate.
No. That one enemy that I hate uses my top tier magic spell to defeat it because fuck you.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that was all the important points on Ainz's magic.
Yeah.
Honestly, it took
So-
less time than I thought it would.
Yeah.
I was rushing through that. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's fine. You did the best you could.
Whew,
Especially
there's so much. When I look at the wiki, there's like 10 pages just dictating
Jesus.
all stuff. So
I-
the thing is with Ainz,
Look,
the crazy thing with Ainz is that the average, like typically if you're a level 100 player in Yggdrasil, you can typically only have a cap of 300 spells. Ainz has the Dark Wisdom spell, so that guy knows 718 spells.
Jesus yes,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
true.
Ark
That's
is disadvantaged when it comes to all of that.
But
Yeah.
it's like when it comes to like variety, Jesus Christ, Ark is just outmatched.
Yeah. It also doesn't help that Overlord has like how many more light novels more than Ark?
So currently there are 16 that are published, with I think 2 more in the works.
And that's it for Overlord.
Sort of. The author has kind of been a bit wishy-washy about how much the series has in total, but I think most recently he said there's going to be 2 more.
My
Okay.
my
With
face
with Ark, he is quickly catching up. He is at 10, but with the 11th one on the way.
my face when Overlord is longer than the Bible.
Hey, he is the Sorcerer King. He is the great god Ainz Ooal. I think
Yes.
I think it's a much better Bible in my opinion. And besides, Ainz has Jesus killing. It works out.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's
Yeah,
connecting.
that's true.
And it's
Yeah,
still
that's true.
not as long as the longest piece of fiction ever. That
Which
one
is
Loudhouse
which is
fanfic.
a Loud House fan fiction, which
Yep.
is buck wild.
Yeah, and it's like,
What?
admittedly, it's like 80% like copy and paste.
Yeah,
Copy and paste slop, my favorite.
copy and paste
Yeah.
slap my favorite. Okay, so he has a Ark has a bunch of different magics from, and Ark can regulate on how big he wants his magic to be. It could be like a tiny little fireball, a tiny little sput of rock, a like little gust of wind, or he can do. Can you bring up image big tree, please? So this is just to give you some scale of what I'm going into. Okay. This is a gigantic mountain plus sized tree.
Yes.
And it is being infected by one of the cardinals. So, Ark and the Dragon Lord, can you please bring up image Arc Beam, please? Decide to just unload some of their strongest magics on it to weaken the corruption, which is, you can see Ark right up here above like that bit of the dragon's doing right there. You can barely see him.
I can see it.
Yeah, he unleashes this spell called Flaming Lance of Warring Thunder, which is wild. But because those two attacked it, can you please bring up image Termite? Because this cardinal can infect things, it can also create and manipulate them. This is the monster that is much bigger than that tree.
This is like some berserk shit I'm looking at.
That
Yes.
looks like one of the tailed beasts from Naruto.
Yes. And Ark used Rock Fang to. First, can you bring up image mountain up ass?
What?
Sorry, what?
Excuse me, fucking what?
Yes, Ark uses Rock Fang
Oh.
and literally creates a mountain as. That's the wrong image.
That is the wrong image.
Wrong image, dummy.
Wrong image alert.
Wrong image. Absolute fraud.
Oops, I think I might have got the same image there. Let me see if I can
Oops.
grab that one.
Okay. Ark creates a gigantic, basically mound of rock and that's the exact same size as this creature to knock it over. This just shows how hard this, because Rock Fang usually just creates small stalagmites around the area.
It creates like small bits of like rocks that can be levitated in the air.
No, that's Rock Bullet.
Oh, okay.
And he uses that a few other times, from tiny little like boulders to size of meteors.
Yeah, and like if it's like combined with some other rock magic, then
Yeah.
it just enhances.
Yeah, this is a mountain up the ass. Ark creates a
Wow.
mountain bigger than this monster to knock it over.
That really did go up his ass, huh?
Yeah,
It really did win up his ass.
yeah,
The title did not lie.
yeah.
Yes.
And again, this rock spire Ark created was bigger than that monster, which was bigger than the tree I showed you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Ark also has two different types of teleportation: gate and warp. No, gate. Sorry,
I think it
gate
was, like,
and
Quick step.
yeah, I got them mixed up. Gate, which can teleport him to places he has been to, and Dimensional Move, which is a short-range teleportation spell that he mainly uses to fly around.
Or just get around places easier.
Yeah, or just get around places. And
Yeah.
it has such a low cooldown, it's pretty much non-existent.
Yeah.
He also has fire magic, wind, and if his magic is used, specifically with this is the only example of it, if his rock magic is used in conjunction with another one's rock magic, it will empower his magic even more.
He can also do like attacks, resurrect people from the dead,
Yeah,
heal them.
Yeah,
he
he
can
can.
even undo sealing.
Yeah, he can resurrect himself. He can resurrect people from the dead. It is iffy on if he can do it to himself or not. It's very iffy there. Also, can y'all hear me? My Wi-Fi is being a bit weird.
No,
we
Yeah,
can.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like weird before, like not like a
Yeah.
while back, but it's good now.
But he also has. Can you bring up image Sands, please?
Oh no. Berserk mode.
No. This is the Holy Knight skill of Judgment.
Oh yeah.
He basically summons gigantic light/lightning holy swords, which pierce through enemies, and it says here on the wiki it negates defenses.
That could be really useful against Ainz's defenses.
And he can just summon them in any direction.
Interesting.
Yeah.
He also has I think it's image moves like Jagger. He has these two moves as well, Sacred Seal and Flame Viper, which is a literal flaming snake.
Yes. The coolest shit ever.
Mm-hmm. With Sacred Seal, I don't know if it's what it says on the title specifically, like if it actually seals opponents or not. But it is a bunch of crosses, So I could give him Bible scaling.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
are you saying that they're now equivalent in Bible scaling? Interesting.
Yes.
Yes, Bible scaling, my
Interesting
beloved.
defense.
Yes. He can also just stack these spells. Can you please bring up image stacking? This is his fight. This is how he kills the Charlos, which is one of the cardinals. He just stacks judgment, gigantic crosses. Like if you can see the cross in the middle, that is a big ass cross.
That is a huge ass cross.
Yeah.
But he also has another and I believe this is the ability's name. Can you please bring up image Big Blast? It's
Big
literally
fuck off
called Cross
blast.
Advent, where he literally just brings down a gigantic cross.
Oh my god.
And
I will admit, it looks very
thing,
cool.
another thing with one of the things is one of the main things with these cardinals is they deal with soul manipulation differently. With Charlos, he eats people and uses their souls for his magic, his physical attacks, and his regeneration.
Yummers.
And he eats Ark, and Ark's soul does not go into the collective. And in fact, he actually beats his way out of Charlos and kills him with his magical spells. I also have again with again with the like prison spells. I think you said Ainz has, right?
Which spells are we talking about here?
Uh, doesn't Ainz have spells that can like keep Ark in place or just like imprison him temporarily?
Yeah, something like that.
Can you please bring up image Wind 1?
Okay. And just to keep us on track, we are nearing the 2-hour mark.
Okay, yes. So let's quickly
Yeah.
go through this. So this is Wind Prison. This is from a shinobi that uses wind magic. It does what it says on the tin. It's supposed to keep them in that area in place. And can you please bring up Wind 2 and 3 in succession? For Wind 2, it just shows you that they are fully imprisoned in this gigantic gust and tornado. And Wind 3 is Ark just grabbing it and moving it out of the way.
Okay, that's kind of badass. I ain't gonna lie.
Both aura farm a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you just love a guy who'll aura farm for no reason?
Yes. I think that's all of the spells that I have for him. Last spell. Can you please bring up Image Saitama?
Fucking what?
One Punch Man.
Yes. So this is when Ark is this is the fight with the Dragon Lord, the strong one, and she's basically like saying like, Ark, you're holding back. Go all out because I want to have a fun fight. And Ark is like, I'll just take this semi-seriously like Saitama does. And this is his Riven Cross Slash. Normally, it's just a standard small light slash, but look at it now.
That's a big slash. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
he's a huge slash.
That is a big boy slash.
Yeah. And Ark also has like a bunch of like shield abilities like Holy Protection, which defends against all types of negative effects and even physical and other things. His shield can also project magical barriers.
Yeah.
So yeah, he has like a bunch of magical defenses as well to protect him. But yeah, that's also my last image. Can you please bring up image Vaporwave? Specifically with the Riven Cross Slash and all of the Riven spells, they disintegrate.
Yeah, just like that, like
Yeah,
vaped.
yeah.
Just
Nothing is
no.
left of these guys. Like Ark says, like a light Riven cross slash at these random ass thugs, and they just disintegrate. Not even ash remains.
Yes, just gone.
Yep.
Just gone, disappeared off the face of the earth.
Yep. Ainz did a similar thing with a lightning spell. I think it was the 6 tier spell
Oh,
chain or like twin dragon lightning. So
okay.
it's
Speaking of
like
light,
basically just a giant lightning bolt that looks
yeah,
like a dragon.
yeah. Speaking of
Yeah.
lightning, my last image. Can you bring up Zeus? Your son is home. This is my last magic image for Ark, which is lightning Dampier, which he just creates a gigantic AoE thunderstorm that covers across an entire desert.
Because he just felt like it.
Yes.
Cool.
And this spell also has this is like the weak version of it, which just is supposed to scale these monsters away. We see him use it multiple times to create lightning bolts that is just like Zeus smiting down Hephaestus for being
What?
ugly.
He just
So yeah,
didn't want to deal with
he
them
just
that
didn't
day.
want to deal with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best reason to go for some overkill.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm definitely gonna get the light novels for Ark so I can get more clarification on some of his magic spells and things.
I am hoping in the near future, if we ever do like a continuation for like Ainz arc, we could just go deep into that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're good to go into final arguments now.
Yeah.
Because I think
Mhm.
that this is everything that I have for Ark.
Okay, just real quick, I realized that I left one thing out for Ainz. Not that I think it's going to have a big impact, but it's a pretty notable thing, I think. Ainz has an innate aura called the Despair aura,
Oh,
and it has
yeah.
like different levels to it. So like, and you can kind of unleash it at different levels. Level 1 is fear. It kind of like the names are kind of based on like what effect they have on people. So like level
Ah,
1 is fear, level
Mhm.
2 panic, level 3 confusion, level 4 is insanity, and level 5 is just instant death.
Uh-huh.
also, you mentioned so Ark has an ability. So Ark, since Ark is of the Elven class, technically, Ark can see magic even when it's concealed.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
also all elves and beast folk, which Ark technically is, uh, he can see what they call the corruption of death, which
Oh
is
Mhm.
yeah.
like this innate musk, this smell that all undead give off, even if
Yep.
the undead is completely human looking.
Yeah,
And
because
feel.
like I mentioned before, Ainz has like gear that'll like mask the fact that he's undead and like his magical aura. But if Ark can see through that, he's definitely going to pick up the fact that oh wait, this guy has like one of the most insane undeath auras I've ever seen.
But yeah, yeah. Also, like Ark is like immune. Like even though Ark is undead, we even see that he's also just basically immune to insta kill spells because he gets stung by this jellyfish, and they're like, "How did you survive poison that's supposed to instantly kill you if it touches you?"
This happened like before like the fight with the one of the dragon
Yeah, this
lords.
just happened casually. This is like a
Ye-
throwaway thing that happened.
Yes, he just resists it just because.
Yeah.
That's
So
pretty
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
So final arguments.
You want
Let's
to go
get.
first?
Wait, who?
Rand, you want to go first?
So I think Awk wins this just because of his base stats alone, and the fact that he can kind of, at least for a good while, resist and counter a good bit of what Ainz can dish out.
I'd say he counters like a good amount of
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
Just
yeah, a good amount.
yeah.
And he probably does even more once I fully read the light novel.
And he should just like genuinely take stats, in my opinion,
Yeah, Ark should just like genuinely take stats.
and might be debatably faster because like being like at light speed and near light speed are kind of like different to one
Yeah, and also
another.
the fact that Ark moves so fast that time looks slowed to him.
Yeah, so yeah, in my opinion, he could take it by just outstatting and just resisting most of
At
Ainz.
least for at least for a good long while.
Yeah,
It's also the fact that Ark can because of his natural biology, and he can
yeah,
just see through everything. Also,
and he just like no sells like almost all of Ainz's good win cons, like death manipulation.
yeah. Also, the fact that one of the main villains of A Skeleton Knight in Another World is a necromancer who is cosplaying as a pope of a church.
Who is kind of similar to Ainz.
Yeah, who
Hmm.
is like the definition of Ainz, kind of. It's like Ainz light.
Yes,
Is what Thanatos is.
essentially just that.
Yeah,
So he has experience like fighting people similar to like
similar to
Ainz's
Ainz. Yeah.
range.
So
Even
yeah,
if we do like take like the country level feat into account, I still feel like Arc still matches it, and
yeah,
then some.
yeah. That those are my final arguments. Let's.
Yeah, those are my arguments too.
Yeah, I think I would probably agree. Arc probably does take stats. I don't think he like massively has stats. I don't think it's like a stomp with stats, but
Yeah,
I do think Arc probably takes the edge there. Not a massive one, but I think he does take the edge.
yeah,
However, Ainz is Hacksman numero uno.
Yeah,
yeah.
So, spells. Ainz has spells that can stop Arc from summoning his angels. He's got spells that can destroy the magic items that he very desperately needs to deal significant damage and counter Ainz's spells. Ainz has magics that can ignore defenses like Reality Slash. Ainz has ways to bypass resistance to instant death magic. The goal of all life is death is pretty busted. Not to mention, Ainz has ways to warp reality itself with the spell Wish Upon a Star. I don't think Arc has really any way to counter all those. Not to mention, even if Arc does manage to kill Ainz, that kind of plays into Ainz's own strategies of the way how I described Ainz kind of takes his fights in multiple rounds or like multiple phases because of that ring that allows him to resurrect upon death. So Arc probably would take a significant edge in the beginning of the fight, but as Ainz slowly learns and adapts to Arc's strategy, given the fact that he is a very tactical fighter, and from the way that you described it, Arc is much more simple-minded when it comes to fights. I think Arc would take the initial lead, but as time goes on, Ainz learns more and more about him and plays those trump cards of his just right to take the win in the end.
Yeah, okay, but yeah, I can see that.
Okay, now let's go to our two jury members. Monkey, you were just the fly on the wall here.
Hello.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
man. You can't vote, otherwise we'd have a tie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's go to our two uh, jury members that are here, Table and Polaris. Who would like to go first?
I'll go first. This is a very interesting one, just because, like I said a little earlier, I'm coming into this knowing more about Ainz and how crazy he is. Like, I've looked at his wiki page before, and it's just like a billion pages long. So I think ultimately, I do kind of think Arc has the Arc seems to have like the physical advantages. The main thing that I'm wondering is definitely, can he get the win off before goal of all life is death goes off, because that's kind of just that's the big gun of the fight, I think. So I'm actually gonna need a minute to think about this. Polaris, you want to go?
Yeah, like
Sure.
Yeah.
So its stats are pretty hard for me to tell without like literal numbers in front of me. But yeah, general vibe I was getting is they're pretty comparable. Maybe Arc takes an edge on that. but he shouldn't be blowing out of the water or anything.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
And then with hacks, Ainz does seem to have a good deal of better there, whereas Ark has some really good resistances. It really does just come down to me for the Resurrection Ring, the Wish Ring, and Goal of All Life is Death. Those all just seem like they're good enough to take the win, and the multiple revives will let him have the chance to get that win.
Mhm.
So I'm voting Ainz.
Okay.
I think honestly, I'm probably in agreement.
Okay.
Yeah, especially it's the case of speed, where if the speed is so close, if I think if Ark had a sizable enough speed advantage, he could overwhelm Ainz. But since it seems like it's pretty close, I think that kind of makes it a little more even on that end.
Yeah.
And we have Sherm joining in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, I was a little confused by something.
Yeah,
Yes.
because Monkey was the pitcher
Yeah.
Okay.
originally, and we invited him here to talk about the matchup and to just be a fly on the wall.
Yes.
So Monkey doesn't get to vote?
I mean, he can if he wants.
I mean,
Seems kind of rude to me to invite someone in and be like, but actually you don't get to participate.
no, it's fine. It's fine. I don't mind.
I don't want to
Well, I think
set a
I think it's important to
precedent
ask,
though. I
who
feel
do
like
you
everyone
think
that comes
wins?
in here should get their fair share.
I
Yeah.
think yeah, your opinion does matter here. Like you're the pitcher.
Yeah.
Who do you
Yeah,
think wins?
Yeah, who do you think wins?
If I had to pick, I think I lean towards Ark. At the moment, I do genuinely see Ainz having a few good win cons. Like the Wish is like a good win con. The issue I have with it is it combat is it usable for a combative scenario? Like we've only seen him use it like once when trying to like get Shoutir back on his side, and it just didn't work. And yes, I know there's like reasons behind it, but like we never see him use it again. Which, okay,
Yeah, I mean, given the way the spell works, it sounds like yes. It just kind of depends on Ain's creativity. We know
yeah,
that one possible use for this spell, because Ain's briefly mentioned it, is the fact that he can steal skills from other people. So, for example, if I think Rand mentioned that Arc has one ability, I forget what it was called, where Arc is immune to all damage for like 5 minutes or whatever while he absorbs energy.
yeah,
I
it's
can just cast the Wish and be like, hey, I want that skill too.
yeah, that's a good, yeah, that's actually kind of useful. I think I might lean towards Arc at the moment, but it could change depending on
Yeah,
how.
because there is like 3 full light novels.
Yeah, there's
that-
still the light novels you still need to read, Rend. So it
Yeah.
heavily depends how those will turn out for the verdict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the vote total right now?
The
Two Ainz, 1 Arc.
and with the
Was
poll,
Monkey the only one who voted for Ark?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
for a good long while, the poll on the live chat was 50-50.
yeah. It just went
Yeah, I
to
was keeping track of
55
that.
to Ainz. 11 votes for 10
Alright.
viewers.
I mean, hey, I tried.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think
I
that
think
is a victory
Ark had a pretty
for
good.
Ainz Rebellion.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I guess that is the win for Ainz, who honestly, as we were going on into this, I was kind of expecting it was going to go the other way, but yeah.
I mean, I was kind of expecting Ainz to take it.
Yeah, same here. Like I knew Overlord was very cracked.
Yes.
The
So
thing is that like the thing that's interesting about Overlord is that unlike a lot of other like power scaling isekai, it's not cracked in terms of like power. Like we don't see characters in Overlord being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna casually blow up a continent. You know, like we don't never see characters overtly get to that power level. It's just mostly like, oh, I have so many unique spells and resistances, and like I'm really good at like gathering information about my opponent that makes like combat a lot more interesting in my opinion.
Yeah.
But when it comes to versus debating, like Ainz is just he's the hacks man. He's got so many different unique abilities that I think makes him such a tricky opponent, especially with things like wish upon a star. The goal of all life is death.
Yeah,
Just
like with
Yeah,
Ark, he's a lot more of a grounded isekai protagonist,
yeah. Like,
which is wild to say. Like again, there is the light novels, and there's also the web novel that was supposed to start as a web novel, then a light novel, then a manga, then an
then the
anime.
anime.
There's so many different things for Ark.
And like, there's like two of them that weren't even usable because we couldn't find them in time.
Yeah, like specifically with the light novels, they probably go into a lot more detail as to how Ark's magic and abilities and stuff works. Specifically, and also with light novel number 9, he actually fights Thanatos, which
Yeah.
is basically Ainz light, and he's playing this isekai world as a TTRPG. No, not TT. Tactical RPG. Like he has everything planned out meticulously, and he has countermeasures for when anything goes wrong.
Yeah. The problem is we don't have it on hand.
Yeah, because it's all in a light novel that I don't have and I can't find online to read.
Thanks.
the difficulties of trying to find light novel resources.
Lost media.
This is
Am I right?
This is the exact same thing that happened to me with Mecha Ood.
I believe it.
Well,
Maybe
this was a fun cast.
Oh, this was great.
Oh, it was amazing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah, glad you had
By the way,
fun, Monkey.
if anyone sounded interested in Ainz, I strongly recommend please read the Overlord light novels. They're so peak.
if anyone is interested in Ark, watch the manga, not watch the manga, watch the anime. It's on Crunchyroll, and also buy the light novels because they are relatively cheap. They're like $13.
Are they good?
Yeah, from the looks of it, yeah.
I bet you haven't read them yet.
I'm gonna buy them. I'm gonna buy them when I get paid
Give the man
Monday.
time. Give the man time to read.
Probably good.
I have a good feeling that if once I get the light novels, I am open, but it's up to the boss man over there if we can do a quick rematch of this one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We might need to wait until Overlord gets the next light novel or something, because Ainz is also about to go into a pretty big war arc, and we're bound to see more skills and stuff that he has.
Specifically with at the end of the manga, they're getting ready for a war arc as well. So let's go war arc.
War.
Oh shit! So that means next time we gotta make an army fight.
I'm just gonna say it right now. If we allow Ainz to have all of the Great Tomb of Nazarick NPCs, Arc is cooked.
Oh my god.
No.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree.
Yeah, no.
Like, no shot.
Does Ark really even have like an army that's at all comparable?
No.
The best ability one of his teammates have literally is Arion, which she has an ability that literally just sends any undead back to hell.
Other than that, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and quick thing, Monkey. Looks like someone in chat, possibly a friend, want to say hi.
Oh.
Jaden / Sonic Mario fan.
Oh yeah, I know them. Hey, buddy.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, this was a late night, the first and probably only late night cast.
Yay.
We've had a late night cast before. This is the latest, but we've had late night stuff before.
Yes.
I mean, it could be later.
I mean, for Halloween, we gotta do a midnight cast, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Saul, this is an early morning cast.
For Saul, this is an early morning cast.
Yeah. Yes.
I forgot he's British.
All right. With that, I think we're good to end here. Anyone got any last comments? Want to say?
Watch the Skeleton Knight and read the light novel.
Yep.
Matchup peak, like it, please.
Yep, this matchup is peak. This is easily my favorite matchup for Ainz. So much better than a lot of his other alts.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like some of Ainz's alts.
but this is like a good one.
Yeah,
This is like
this is easily my
this is
favorite.
like the best for Ainz, but like there's some other really good ones like Rimuru.
I've never been a big fan of Rimuru because apparently in the light novels Rimuru gets to like multiversal, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to feed my boy Ainz to that.
Yep.
He will win with sheer hacks, trust me.
Should probably start
I'm
thinking about
playing.
making us on then.
Yeah, let's end here
All right.
before we start going into a post show by accident.
Yeah. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. And
Night.
good morning.